fire. And the house that was burning hadn't paid their fee.
Right.
But the people on either side had
paid.
So they fought the fire enough to keep let the middle house burn down and save the ones on each side.
This kind of reminds me, and I think that's terrible and stupid, period, right offhand. But this kind of reminds me of when you pay fees for like your condo or you're in a unit and you say this is the rent, this is for the other conditions you pay that represents the group that oversees all the things you have to pay an extra fee for. Is this similar to that because it's a community you pay into all the services rendered through the county or the local rural area, that there's a fee you pay into to get those conditions? Well,
that's what they're saying. They're saying it's not unusual. Very common in rural America.
Right.
They say without this you would have no firefighting. In other places they talk about adjacent communities, they have a thing called spontaneous coverage. That if you haven't paid your annual fee, which is $110 there,
right,
when they come out to fight the fire, you can get a spontaneous coverage for $2,200 which covers the first 2 hours.
So when you write the check for $2,200,
first 2 hours only that the firefighters are there.
They turn off the water after 2 hours.
I'm just saying, $2,200. So you recognize what it is living in rural America. You better have your fire department with your neighbors where you help each other out, or else you kind of jacked.
And there's another message here. Because, look, on the back end, we know it's stupid, but the people who moved in the area knew the conditions, and they thought nothing would happen.
Well, they're rural. It's a rural country. It's a rural area. They're poor.
But they knew about
they're
it.
low income. Yeah, they knew. That's what they're saying. They say they question like a local authority, and they were like, well, what happens when you don't buy auto insurance?
Yeah. What do you?
They say you get your car. Your car goes down. We don't fix your car. That's what they're saying.
They know. They say the rural folks love to get away from the city, and then sometimes go from the oven to the frying pan. All conditions. They never think of these other things.
Well, I just bring it up. You guys. I just remember. I don't because of what we do. I don't spend a ton of time researching these.
Oh no!
I gather my stories in the course of what, Vic? Half an hour, 40 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Fast, right?
Right after he gets off the phone with his ex-girlfriend.
That's right. Trying to figure out where they want me to feed him.
Hey, look,
I do feed them.
We don't, look, everybody.
I'm known to feed them.
That treatment, hey, Mar, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Fees are going to be for everywhere. Pretty soon there'll be fees for lowriders driving through certain highways.
That's why I'm glad as I get older, I need less of the things that they charge fees for. I don't know. I don't need those things.
All right.
I can even ask Siri, where can I get a pastrami?
Oh, here. I can tell you where that is, dude.
I want fish and grits. That's what I tell her.
You know where the pastrami joint is.
Oh, yeah, we do know where the pastrami is.
Done. Of course, healthy pastrami.
And we do. We know where we have some lean pastrami.
Yeah.
Good. Or they bake the bread.
Oh, I'm telling you.
The bread is good. Ooh. All right, okay, check this out. Let's move on. All right, how about this story, you guys? Because I'm in the bad section. Some of them the stories were so irritating, I had to tell you guys. As it turns out, that the Congress, this week, boy, this is just bad. America, we voted to allow indefinite torture and detainment of U.S. citizens. Now we have this other issue that comes out that the Senate has refused abortion rights for rape victims in the military. Now, check this out. This is the way the article reads. Despite a 1 in 3 women in the military saying they've been sexually assaulted, 1 in 3 in the military, women say they've been sexually assaulted, the Senate voted to skip over providing them with coverage for abortion for rape victims. Now check this out. Any civilians employed by the U.S. government are given that same protection. In an event of rape, they have provided coverage for abortions. But our military, our women in the military, if they are raped, we do not provide any coverage for them for abortion. If they're civilian, we do. If they're in the military, we don't. Wow.
Let me ask you this. And I'm going to assume, first of all, you're talking about man military. Already dealing with it's a culture of we run this the way we want to run it. And they've had a hard time with the inclusion of women in positions. Although there are a lot more women, they're still going to be subjected to some biases. We know that. I hope it doesn't last long. But do you think any of the women, when they were enrolling, that information somewhere, and I'm assuming that they don't provide that he says, there's a high incidence of rape, 33% or something like that, and that they said, hey, look.
Well, sexual assault.
Yeah, sexual assault or whatever. Mar, you know, and I know this, that as a parent, if your daughter is going to enroll, knowing you're going to say, here's all the conditions that's here.
I'm going to tell them all this.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
So let me just say this. Is it possible that a lot of the women, because you know men do this, there are a lot of men who do enroll in our armed forces that may not come from traditional families. Sometimes they look at it as an outlet, a getaway. They're not the popular kids. They find something else to go into because it gives them a different value. Maybe some of the women are fit in that category. They're not always from the big wholesome family. I don't know what the condition is, but I can't imagine as a parent that if I have that information available and it's my daughter, I'm waving the flag big time on this one. How do you get around that?
Well, you don't. And let me give you some other statistics. They said that while the number of reported rapes are substantial, they still say that 90% of them, they estimate 90% of the rapes go unreported. But compared with civilian life, rape within the military is double. Has double the incidence within the military than it does with civilian life. I didn't know that. And the Department of Defense reveals that in the fiscal year 2010, 3,000 sexual assaults were reported, a quarter of which is listed as rape. Wow. So I just want you to bring this up because it's another one of the things. Now remember that there's this National Defense Act. You got to watch the president. We're talking about this. We're really pissed off about the president. Again, is he going to be changed or the same old stuff? Because the National Defense Act is the one that's coming up that they're dealing with indefinite torture, detainment for U.S. citizens, legalizing torture.
Yeah.
That's who we are. Watch out. Remember, I told you, fascists will come masquerading as patriots. That's what Huey Long said.
Yeah.
All right.
Not good.
All right. How about this one? Still got one before we get to celebrity. As it turns out, the Dover Air Force Base mortuary in Delaware, where America's war dead are sent for processing. They really process most of the soldiers who die in Afghanistan and Iraq. A probe that was conducted by the Washington Post revealed that the mortuary had been cremating soldiers and dumping their remains in a landfill. That's right. According to the landfill's website, household trash, appliances, used tires have been removed. And used tires that have been removed from the rim are accepted for deposit, along with used antifreeze, car batteries, and used motor oil accepted for recycling. And so this is where we've been dumping a number of the cremated remains. So this is according to the Washington Post. Wow. And that's an ongoing story and scandal.
Okay. Wow. No, I already have this philosophy about even just the idea of like I said, I know I'm slow, you guys. I'm having a rough time when you have a lot of people who pass away. And I keep saying there are far more gas stations. There are far more churches. There are far more places to eat. I don't see that often places where you can bury a lot of people. Well, okay, where are they going?
Where can I get a drink, Siri?
See, here we go. See, I'm trying to get, I need to have some interaction.
Where can I get a drink?
See, it's not working. This is not working. I'm glad. She's on, you know what? She's boycotting you.
Yes.
See? And you're
I can't search near businesses. Sorry about that.
You know what?
Where can I get a pastrami?
See, this is wrong. This is wrong.
I found a number of restaurants whose reviews mention pastrami. 21 of them are fairly close to you.
Do you have a listing for the Cork?
Okay.
Bitch, hurry up.
You know what? Okay.
I'm sorry. See?
The
Cork.
See? This is what you get. See? Okay. Leave Siri alone, dude. You know what? Everybody's
find the Cork on Adams.
We're having a rough time. We're having a rough time right now. We really don't want you and Siri because it changes the pace of the show.
No need to apologize.
Okay. Jennifer Aniston.
Sorry, I don't understand. Okay, Jennifer Aniston.
Call Mac McAllister.
Which phone number 4 Mac McAllister.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's let her sit down for a minute.
See you wrong.
Let's let her sit down. All right, here's the celebrity stories. Got to round out on our celebrity stories. Even though I got to tell you, next week we're going to deal with a piece that was sent to me from PMC about the police using Predator drones. It's all hitting the news now.
Right.
But I'm going to get a chance to go read it and do all that stuff, but it's a good story. All right, for celebrities, we talked about it. Jennifer Aniston, according to Men's Health, see, that's why you got to look who it's according to. See, so according to Pack Stereo, Suzette Tomlinson is the hottest woman of all time. But no, according to Men's Health, Jennifer Aniston, she's been just now dubbed the #1 hottest woman of all time. And some people are, and I quote, the sexiest woman ever to walk planet Earth in the history of the universe since the dawn of man. Now, I asked Jennifer, she said if she had to choose, it would be between Bridget Bardot and Gloria Steinem. And then they asked Jennifer, what do you think is sexy in a guy? She said, and I quote, sexiest thing about a man, other than abs, if he can make me laugh, has compassion, kindness, and an accurately sized ego. Oh. Jennifer Aniston. All right, now check this out. Lindsay Lohan, going to be in Playboy. She's going to be in Ellen DeGeneres, we said on the 15th. She got paid, reported $1 million for her photos on Playboy. You get to see her. I'm
gonna let you have this.
I'm just gonna see. We get to see something. Yeah, I'm gonna go get me a copy.
I think what people are looking for.
Lindsay Lohan. I have a?
You know what's more important?
Do you have a picture?
It's how you feel about what. See, it's like hot picks. Here's Lindsay, and you're going to say, what do you want to see her in? You want to see her in a runway outfit, glamored, tails all behind.
I just want to see her in a 3-point stance.
See what I'm saying? see what I'm saying? Here we go. See?
So anybody, you guys go take a look. Lindsay Lohan. Okay, that's 2. Now, controversial celebrity stories. Okay, Madonna has got the deal to do the Super Bowl performance. Well, Gene Simmons started talking trash. Now, you guys know Gene Simmons used to date Diana Ross? Anyway, Gene Simmons said, and I quote, I love all karaoke singers. I like all the girl singers who get up and sing with tapes. Shame on you. So they're talking about Madonna singing with tapes, which keeps it better. And he says, I don't care what your music is. Have some integrity. Be real or full disclosure before the fact. Hold up a sign that says 70% of what you hear is fake. It's a tape. I'm a karaoke singer. Madonna has not responded publicly. Also, controversy, the 2012 inductees in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Beastie Boys, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Guns N' Roses, and 60s singer Donovan, but War was left out, the group War. They're pissed off, saying that the Beastie Boys sampled their stuff. And how come they got passed over? Now, I personally think that War should go in ahead of the Red Hot Chili Peppers too, by the way, and Donovan. Even though I like Donovan, you're going way back now. You remember? What's
the criteria for this?
I don't know. This is
what I'm saying.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right. What's the
Max
criteria?
probably pissed off.
It's probably the same people.
PMC probably says, "What is this crap?"
Aniston is the all-time. I'm going.
Don't you talk about Jennifer?
Let me say this. I can go old school with you on one. I can go.